Alright, the phone shows 7 o'clock, it's turned 7 o'clock, so I'll call the meeting to order. All council members are present tonight. Thank y'all for coming out. Any of you lead us in a word of prayer for one last time?
Heavenly Father, we're grateful and thankful for every blessing that you provide. And we ask you to come now and just bless what we do and help it benefit our community and the people of this city. We ask you, Lord, to help us live lives that please you. We ask it in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you, Pastor. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Again, I see all council members are present. Approval of minutes from meeting in November.
Make a motion to approve November's minutes.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve the minutes from the meeting in November. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
None opposed, stands approved. Approval of financial statement for November. Entertain a motion for approval.
Mayor, I move that we approve the November financial.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve the financial statement for November. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
None opposed, stands approved.
Mr. Mayor, I think it's just an oversight. We've got the special meeting minutes. We're supposed to approve those as well. It wasn't on the agenda. I think just
Probably just an oversight.
I move its approval.
I have a motion to approve it. Second, have a motion and a second to approve the meeting of the minutes of the special meeting, which was to do with only one item for transparency, was the approval of a conditional use permit for a manufactured home on Cemetery Street. That was the only order of business. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Stand approved. Fire Department?
Alright, so for the month of November, we had 4 permits, new ones. We had 2 for December, leaving us at 94 for the year so far. Fire department runs were at 1,063, and didn't have much training going on due to the holidays in, but we've had 5 firefighters pass their firefighter 2 testing. Congratulations to them. That's all we have.
Thank you. Planning Commission, I don't know of any business that's coming before them. So I don't have any report from them this time.
Did we get notice that the December meeting was canceled?
I think we did. There's been a lot going on. I think that's correct. Police Department?
Not a whole lot other than I was notified first of this month that we did receive a grant that I put in for equipment through Department of Public Safety. $75,000 is what we got. With that, we're going to purchase new tasers and the computers for our cars. They're all outdated. Can't get them worked on anymore. And we put in some new cameras in this building, which I just installed today. So that's what we're doing with the money. We'll have, that's more than $75,000 if you're wondering. And so I'll eat the rest of it through the budget with the equipment from this year, from next year. So, and then we're hiring again. So got one down, and so you know.
Robert, I see that you're also getting rid of vest.
Yes, did get a grant for vest, and we've purchased, I think we've bought 6 of them so far this year. I'm going to get the next 6 after the first year.
Which officer are we down?
Jones, the last one.
The 75,000 grant is when you received, or it's when you were approved for?
We approved, I don't know.
So we haven't received the funds yet?
Maybe. I haven't talked to Kelly if it's coming. They'll direct deposit.
Okay.
So we got our MOU signed with them right after we received it, so it ought to be coming end of this month, maybe first next month, something like that. We did get the VEST grant, and, we'll get the rest of VEST, and I'll send in to get reimbursed for that. It's not quite 50%. Did get they haven't said I'm gonna get it, but I'll get one from the Chiefs Association for $1,000 for it this year. And then, next year I'll apply for that again for the rest of that grant for another $1,000. So I'll get that one too. That's all we've been doing.
Thank you. Sheriff Department?
A few things here. If y'all read the minutes, you got the minutes in your package here, by the way. We approved the 2023 audit report for this year, and want to call out Darlene Connor. She's not here tonight. Miss Darlene has worked for the sewer department for 25 years, and for 25 years, the sewer department has not had any negative comments concerning the handling of the budget. So, wonderful thing. Y'all call her, tell her she's doing a good job. Another thing is we purchased some land around the sewer plant out there for the idea of future expansion. And we bought it now because, as we know, everything is going up. So we bought it now. Charlie Weaver actually sold it to us at a reduced price. So we got it below the appraised value of that. A couple more things here. They're still working on the headworks at the plant. That's taking some time. And Mike over there on Bernard. Believe it or not, there's a bracket that they found broken while they were starting to do their work. So they're having to get, I'm sorry to say this, but having to get a contractor to manufacture that bracket so that they could then properly attach the pump.
So did we get, the piece of equipment that we were looking for, did that come in?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And pretty much other now that we're waiting on that bracket and the contractor to come and put that bracket in for us. Okay. And then that will be taken care of. We were hoping it would be done by this meeting, but it's not. So that's all I got. Unless there's any questions.
All right. Moving on, street department. We've just been trying to get finished up on a few projects. Wet weather set in, cold weather set in. So just don't have a whole lot to report right now. Parks and Rec, once again, not heard much out of them. I know they're working on softball and baseball scheduling and stuff already, looking ahead. I know they got the sidewalk poured to the new playground at softball at Emily, and we've had a lot of positive feedback on the playground equipment. And once again, I'd like to thank the city staff for their efforts in saving that money and everything when we could do that. And we've had a lot of positive feedback.
Have we heard anything on his grant that he was applying for?
I have not talked to him about it. I think he got awarded the
Oh,
initial
he
part.
got awarded that, but he's trying to raise money.
Yeah.
Do we have a status on how much he's raised or if
No,
there's been
I haven't
any
heard
change?
any. Yeah.
That's fine, thank you.
The public comment, Saddle Creek residents, do y'all want to hold up until we have that ordinance? That's fine. All right, I think they'll probably. All right, the department recognition. I'll tell you what, before I do that, before I forget, I'm always shuffling up here. I wanted to update you on the sale of the Green Meadows property. We did get that, offer and acceptance signed, and it's in the process of being worked through right now. And we're gonna have a closing date or anything, I'll be sure and let you know. The Christmas parade was a huge success. They had a great turnout. The winners of the float contest were first place for the Big Town Cloggers, second place the City of Bologna, and third place Botanical Sports. And I guess that would kind of tail in here a little bit, the department recognition tonight. After the meeting, we will have a reception to recognize Councilman Jim King and his 17 years of service to the Bologna community. I hope everybody, especially me. And I always try to remind people, we want to keep the citizens informed about everything that's going on within the city. City of Bologna has an app. You can find it at the Connect. You can find it at Connect at the Apple or Android app stores. This will allow you to receive notifications on your phone. All right, moving on. Chamber of Commerce.
Good evening. I appreciate this opportunity to speak with y'all today. My name is Landon Reagan. I am speaking for the Bologna Chamber of Commerce. We've had our monthly luncheons. They are open to the public. We are having one this Thursday with Eagles Bank. We are really excited for that. Our next one is January 18th, then February 20th, and the 18th one will be with Pathfinders, and the 20th will be Republican Women's Group. We have recently had our Shop Small Saturday. We had 18 businesses participate in that, and we are really appreciated for that. We had 7 winners for that as well, for the Shop Small. Our annual awards banquet is Saturday, February 22nd at Eagles News. Renewal Ranch will be catering. Tickets are $40. You can find that on our website. Our special guest for that is now announced on our Facebook page, who will be speaking at the awards banquet. The nominations for the School Employee of the Year, Student of the Year, along with other categories will be available for voting on Facebook, so please stay tuned for that. And I think that's about it.
Any questions? All right, thank you. There it is. Planning Commission will not meet in December. Apologize for shuffling too many papers. City Hall offices will be closed on December 24th and 25th, the Christmas holiday, and January 1st and January 1st for New Year's Day and January 20th for Martin Luther King Day. All right, moving on to old business. Third reading of ordinance 2024-3 is the third reading of the annexation.
Good evening.
Need to read the title.
Well, before we start, if I may, last time we were here, you guys indicated that we need to come back with an easement. We weren't able to accomplish that, and we believe we're going to obtain an easement. But I'm going to ask them to table this third reading until next month to give us additional time to address the concerns that folks that might be providing that easement might have.
Do you want to do it at the next council meeting, or do you want to table till the January 1st when we have our swearing in, because we'll all be here?
Yeah, so I looked at my calendar. I am available January 1st, so we can do that day. That doesn't give us as much time. That's the holiday.
Why don't we just,
I don't know how much of a
I
hurry
think
you're
we
in
need
on
to
it.
just wait. Something that's important, we need, my advice to y'all as a group would be something that important to have it in a regularly scheduled meeting.
I agree with the mayor on that.
Perfectly fine.
Either way.
So that will of the body.
But it is my understanding there are folks that are here.
Yeah, we'll let them speak tonight. They're here.
I'll make the motion to table till January meeting. Third reading.
Okay, we have a motion and second to table ordinance 2024-3 until the regular scheduled January meeting of the Bologna City Council.
Okay, at the same time and place, right?
Correct.
All those in favor of that?
Aye.
Aye. None opposed. All right. Thank you. Would y'all like to talk now or wait for the?
No, we can.
You're here.
Yeah, we're here. My name is Brent Newsom. I live at 14 Appaloosa Trail. If y'all ever drive down Appaloosa, we've got the flashing green and red and blue Christmas lights with dance music. So I would say come by and check that out. Merry Christmas. We love doing it every year. So come by. This is Miss Sharon. She's my neighbor next door. We have a couple that were going to come with us that are sick, so they couldn't be here.
Next door, which way? Like, what's your address? I'm sorry.
18.
18, okay.
No. And I would like to say and start with, if there's agreements being made about the easements that'll happen, I don't, personally, my beliefs, and I may disagree with you on this, I'm not sure, but people's private property, if they make agreements, I don't want to get in the way of something like that. That's me personally. Okay. But I do have some concerns about the addition to the sewer system and what that would impact us on Appaloosa. Some of the drainage problems that we've had that are ongoing. We appreciate the fact that our culverts have been replaced. We still have ongoing problems as far as drainage from where those are into the drainage ditch, continuing standing water in the drainage ditch that's behind us on Appaloosa there. So there's some ongoing issues that we have some concerns that if we're already having some issues there, that adding additional inflows to that could exacerbate that worse. For the sewer addition, we have the sewer pump. It actually sits between our properties, right behind us. We've got the easement that's the road that comes to that, so they can maintenance it. We continue to see some fairly regular problems with that, where it overflows or backs up a couple of times a year, and they come out and do maintenance to it. I don't know what the reasons are for that, but it concerns me that if there's already a problem with capacity or backup or whatever it is with that is continuing ongoing maintenance, adding additional to it is only going to make that worse as well. And so, if this is something that's going to happen, my biggest concern and my ask would be, let's make sure that we address that so that we don't create further problems with people already on the system or anybody new being added to it, then having additional problems as well. That's not going to be good for anybody. So,
Well, you probably just covered that, but the pipes going down to the creek that come from the culverts, I've fallen into 2 or 3 times, and I had the city come out, fill them up. They said they somehow sealed them down there, yet it happens over and over. It's not just me, it's all the way up and down the street. So eventually, when you do fix the street, you're gonna have to maybe put new pipes in down to the creek or something. I don't know what to say about that.
Is it the joints where the pipe goes together?
Every 10 feet, every 10 feet.
There's like, if you walk so the new culverts are in, and then where those run back to the street, about every couple of feet, you can, if you're just walking across the top of that, you can just fall in. I mean, lucky she didn't break her leg a couple
Every
of
10
times.
feet, so I fell up to there the first time, but I go out there and check it, and I put dirt in it, but, it's just leaking all the time.
Matt goes over there all the time, and that's common across the city.
Yeah.
It's in Quail Hollow, it's in a lot of them. It's really not per se, but it affects the street on private property. But it's an overpressurization of the pipe when you get a huge rain event on the creeks. The flow is from both directions. There's not really a solution. We are still looking. We've got to get landowners, and it's going to be a project, because we'll have to get the Corps of Engineers and get permission to clean that out on the other side of North Barrel to hopefully get some relief. Matt and I are looking at that. We're going to try to meet with that landowner over there after the first of the year.
My understanding is he would be agreeable to.
Well, we'll have to get some Corps of Engineers, because every time you put more water, we have to have a permit that we put in there, and then we'll have to rip it. So it won't, but we'll continue to go and do this as a courtesy to fix these places in these yards.
So I was going to bring that to you in private, but since they're talking about it, I'm going to go this weekend and talk to all the property owners that touch these 3 properties in question on Big Dallas on Appaloosa. None of them had concerns really per se. They were all open to it, but the property owner at 31 between him and I guess it's 27 or wherever right next to him to the west, they do have some sinkholes in their area, kind of like they're describing, but they're north of the storm drain. So I told him, I would get with you and let you know to maybe get Brandon to check that with the sewer camera or something through there, 'cause that's right where
It
that
may
line
not even
runs.
be, there's no drainage really from the north coming into it.
But walking through his yard, he's showing me those, and he's like, you're walking, there's a little hole here and there, right across where the sewer line is, so that is a.
It would be the sewer line.
I wouldn't think it would be, it could be water line too that's gonna mess up right there, I don't know.
Go over and try to look.
But I told him, I said, I'll get with you and see if Brandon can put his camera down there, or Matt or somebody.
And I know that y'all, like, this was built and it wasn't designed well. And that was done before Appaloosa was connected into the city. And so the city has now inherited those problems, basically, right? You annexed it, and so you get the problems that come with it too. And that would be my other concern for anything that we're going to annex again is, are we having oversight to make sure that we're not about to annex new problems again into the city that the city's gonna have to try to help fix? Or can we have guidance or oversight on some of that to make sure that, okay, we're gonna annex something, let's make sure that it's not gonna have these problems, right?
We did address that with the attorney last month, and I think they got that kind of worked out on, because we were talking about the road, we did not want to annex in Biddy Dallas, because it's in, no offense, but it's in poor shape. And like you said, we don't want to inherit problems.
Right.
Same with water line, sewer, they're gonna pay for any of those upgrades, that kind of stuff, so we're not out taxpayer dollars on it, it's gonna be on them, is my understanding, is that correct, Mayor?
That's my understanding.
So.
Nothing that I have really, I mean, they have worked for like, what, 2 months over there? They get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and they've got a tractor going, just trying to level that ground out back there because it was a swamp. So, on the other side that they're annexing. And they've been building it up, they run those tractors till 10, 11 o'clock at night. I mean, and so there's more property down the other side. We're wondering if they ever annex the rest of that. I mean, it's still low ground over there. They're doing a good job, they're building it up, but I don't know. I don't know if more water's gonna be flowing our way. Because if they're higher, I don't know, they have a lot of water coming from that direction, Tar Street. That's always been a problem. I don't know.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving on, ordinance 2024-4, the contract with the DCTC, second reading.
Ordinance 2024-4, an ordinance authorizing dealings with the Valonian Community Development Corporation, whereas Stephen Craig has vested interest in and currently serves as the chairman of the board for Valonian Community Development Corporation and is an elected official of the city of Valonia. And whereas LaCosta Bean has a vested, a vested interest in and currently serves on the board for the Valonia Community Development Corporation and is an elected official of the city of Valonia. Now therefore be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Valonia, Arkansas, Section 1, from time to time, the City of Valonia may use the services of Valonia Community Development Corporation. The City Council does hereby authorize said dealings with Valonia Community Development Corporation. Section 2, the City Council of Valonia does hereby acknowledge the fact that Stephen Craig and LaCosta Bean serve as elected officials for the city of Valonia, and that it is in the best interest of the city to have dealings with Valonia Community Development Corporation on an as-need basis. The city council does hereby authorize said dealings with the Valonia Community Development Corporation.
Thank you for the second reading of that. Mr. Matos is presenting an amended version. I guess we'll have to have a motion to consider.
Well, I would like to, I have a motion prepared to present that. I have a motion for that amended draft, but I would like a moment to explain my motion. Can I do that?
I don't believe so, not under Robert rules. I mean, you can make a motion and give a brief description, yeah, on why you're making a motion.
Well, I would like to explain why I want to make a motion to bring this. Do I not have that liberty to do that?
Yeah, you've got the right to do a brief description on
From the
motion.
chair. Mr. Chairman, do I have the right to
Give a brief description.
Okay. So I did talk to the municipal league and did some homework on my own. And, the municipal league did educate me a little on Arkansas Code 1442-107B, which I believe that this ordinance, is attempting to comply with. While the municipal league does not provide legal advice and they do not assist with writing ordinances, it was their suggestion that this ordinance would need to be specific and narrow as to how we're going to do business with said organization. And I do want to say, back from the meeting last month, Mr. Mayor is absolutely correct. This city cannot, according to the municipal league, we cannot appropriate funds or rent a table from the Chamber of Commerce, or any organization for that matter, unless we can prove that it benefits the entire community. So with that said, I put together a draft, an amended draft, and I added the annotated code in here that we're trying to comply with. And the only thing that I basically changed was in section 1, where it says from time to time the city of Livonia may use the services of Livonia Community Development Corporation.
You're reading the amended changes now.
All right.
Detailed.
I move that we accept this copy as the amended draft of ordinance 2024-4 to be voted on at the next city council meeting.
Have a motion? Have a second? Seeing no second, motion fails.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to be recognized for a motion. When I talked to the municipal league did suggest that whatever draft that this body decides to take up as the draft that we're going to pass or fail here, that we would send that draft to the Arkansas auditors and request that they review that in case they have any problem with the language. So with that, Mr. Mayor, I move that we send the draft to the state auditors and that ordinance 2024-4 lays on the table until council members receive written feedback from the state on this matter.
I heard that motion.
Motion.
We have a motion.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
We have a second.
Second.
A motion second. All right, discussion.
So, the motion is what exactly on the table?
We send this to the state auditor for them to look at.
That was the suggestion of the municipal league, that we send it to the state auditor for them, whatever draft that we want to go with. So that's the original draft, that to make sure that they don't have a problem with any language in there before we pass it.
Mr. Mayor, point of information on this. I also talked to municipal attorneys, and they said we don't even have this ordinance because we do not benefit privately. So I find it entertaining that municipal telling him that we need to send it, and then they tell me also that we don't.
Now, I have it in an email.
I do too as well.
Okay.
Also, with that being said, you're wanting to change. I believe what you're proposing your changes are borderline.
We can't talk about that.
True.
We got past that, so we can't talk. Y'all shut me down, so I can't talk about that.
You're correct.
All right, we have a motion second.
You want to do by voice, or you want to? No.
Ms. Dean?
No.
Mr. Farrell?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
All right, motion fails. All right, we will read ordinance 2024-4 for the third time at the next meeting. Is that correct? We're all in agreement on that? Yes. All right, that's third reading. All right, new business resolution 2024-9, adoption of the 2025 proposed budget.
We
Resolution 2024-9, a resolution providing for the adoption of the budget for the city of Bologna, Arkansas for 12 months beginning January 1st, 2025 and ending December 31st, 2025, appropriating money for each and every item of expenditure therein provided for. Whereas the City Council of the City of Bologna, Arkansas has made a comprehensive study and review of the budget, and whereas it is in the opinion of the City Council that the schedules and the exhibits of financial information prepared and reviewed revealing anticipated revenues and expenditures for the calendar year appear to be as accurate as possible for budgetary purposes. Now therefore be it resolved by the City Council of the City of Bologna, Arkansas, Section 1. This resolution shall be known as the Budget Resolution for the City of Bologna, Arkansas for the 12-month period beginning January 1st, 2025 and ending December 31st, 2025, reflecting estimated revenues and expenditures as hereinafter set forth on the succeeding pages. All revenues herein are estimated and are subject to change, and all appropriations are calculated upon available revenues. A copy of the budget is attached to this resolution. Section 2. The respective amounts of funds for each item of the expenditure classification herein in the budget for 2025 are hereby approved by the City Council of the City of Bologna, Arkansas, and are hereby authorized and appropriated for the purposes herein set for the calendar year ending December 31st, 2025. Section 3. Now therefore, this resolution being necessary for the preservation of the public peace, health, and safety shall take effect and be enforced from and after its passage and adoption.
I heard a reading of resolution 2024-9.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we approve resolution 2024-9 as read.
Second.
Have a motion and a
Discussion.
second to approve resolution 2024-9 as read.
Mr. Mayor, was we not gonna get together and discuss this budget? I know we were going to several months ago. And I'm specifically concerned about, and I want to discuss, in a work session, about how we can have the state take back over our audits and save $19,000 a year that's coming out of contract work here out of the general fund. And then, you know, I know we've had a lot of talk about fireworks shows. I don't see anything budgeted here for that. Here we are, 2 weeks away from the new year where this has got to be passed.
All right, we have a motion and a second on the floor.
Are we gonna have any more discussion on this?
So, whatever you can vote, you're one of two.
I'll vote.
I have a motion and a second on the floor. Resolution
Point of information for the
2024-9.
chair, just briefly. If I vote, this is an appropriations. So how I vote, if I vote yes or no, I'm appropriating or not appropriating. Is that correct?
I guess that would be correct.
All right.
All right, we have a voice vote. Mr. Craig?
Yes.
Ms. Bean?
Yes.
Mr. Buxton?
Yes.
Mr. Maxwell?
Yes.
Mr. Kenny?
Yes.
Mr. Mayhew?
No.
Resolution 2024-9 has passed. All right, moving on to resolution 2024-10.
Resolution 2024-10, resolution to authorize payment to SpaceX Fireworks for services rendered to the City of Bologna. Be it ordained by the City Council, Bologna, Arkansas. Section 1, purpose, to authorize the payment of an invoice submitted by or to be submitted by SpaceX Fireworks for services rendered during the July 4th, 2024 Independence Day celebration in the amount of $6,200. Section 2, findings. SpaceX provided a fireworks display to the City of Bologna and for its citizens in accordance with the wishes of the Bologna City Council. Payment of the invoice shall be accomplished as soon as the invoice is received and dated and is deemed accurate by the city/treasurer and mayor. Section 3, authorization. The city clerk treasurer is hereby authorized to issue payment to SpaceX for the invoice in the amount of $6,200 from the Parks and Recreation Fund. Section 4, payment terms. Payment shall be made within 30 days of the approval of this resolution and receipt of invoice. Section 5, effective date. This resolution shall become effective upon passage.
favor of reading of resolution 2024-10.
Motion to approve resolution 2024-10.
Second.
Have a motion and a second.
Point of order on that, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to make a motion to amend it by authorizing on section 3, Parks and Recs Fund or General Fund, whichever. That way that gives you an option, since there is probably a little more carryover money in the General Fund. That's between you, the city clerk, and treasurer to decide.
Have a motion, have a second to do that. All right, a motion second to change section 3 that the $6,200 come from the Parks and Rec Fund or the General Fund as deemed by the recorder, treasurer, and city clerk, and the mayor.
Correct.
All right, all in favor of that, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, so now resolution 2024-10 is amended. All right, have a motion on that? Aye.
Resolution 2024-10 as amended.
All right, have a second?
Second.
All right. We have a motion to approve resolution 2024-10. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That's stand approved. All right, seeing no further business, we will adjourn for Pastor King's celebration and honor him here. We've got a plaque and everything we want to present to him and invite everybody to stay here for that. Pastor King, we stand adjourned.
What?
We're ready for adjournment.
I'll go with adjourn.
On my way.